Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We have Terrel Miller with us, myself, Mayra Galvez, and Ione Johnson is with her family, but she will be joining us in the future. Today, we're going to be talking about a big question that everyone wants to know: how to buy real estate or how to sell real estate. We're going to be going through a lot of details when it comes to this process. It may be a little confusing to others, so hopefully this can create some clarity. So let's go ahead and dive in. So the big question to start off with is, what are your goals? Have you thought about what your goals are when it comes to real estate, in terms of how long or the use of it? This is maybe a question or a place you want to start off when it comes to real estate. And we're going to be asking Terrel, which has tons and tons of years of experience in real estate, a little bit about the process, and she's going to give us this guidance where to start. So hi, Terrel, how are you?
I'm good this morning. Thank you. You sound great.
I am. I'm doing wonderful today. It's beautiful outside, and
Yeah.
I have my health. So what else can I ask for?
That's right. Don't get me started on that.
All right, so let's dive in. When someone wants to buy real estate, what is the first step that they have to take, or what information do they need to gather? Maybe we can start there.
Okay, so the first thought is, oh, okay, I'm ready to buy real estate. What do I do? Well, in this market, and probably in most markets going forward, the first thing someone needs to do is to get pre-approved with a lender. And that may sound a little daunting, but the reality is, if you know what you're going to be approved for as far as financing or a loan is concerned, and you know how much down payment you have or don't have, and so on, that's where you can start looking at a strategy. And so meeting with a loan officer and gathering all the information that you need, which includes a loan application, it includes your tax returns, it includes documentation of your assets. So that would be your bank accounts and any other types of savings accounts that you might have, and other types of assets, as well as your debt. And it's because that's what the lender looks at. The lender is always going to say, can this person afford to pay back the loan? Because that's what they want. They want their money back. And so that's the first starting place. Mostly, I think people tend to start by looking at houses, which is okay. But the one thing I have found over the years is that we can all fall in love with a house we can't afford. So it's better to start with knowing what you can afford, what you're going to be approved for a loan, and then start looking at the various price points in the various locations. And so the first step, really, get pre-approved for a loan.
Okay, thank you for that explanation, Terrell. So what happens if the pre-approval process needs editing, or that person is not qualified? Let's say their credit score is substantially low and they don't have proof of income. What would you suggest them, or what goes on after that?
Well, so my suggestion then is, then you have your framework. So now you meet with us. We go over what the strategy is that you need to bring your credit score, because there are a lot of different things, and of course we don't want to go into the detail now, but because everybody's equation is a little bit different, but there's things that everyone can do to increase their credit score, and sometimes it's just figuring that out. Sometimes it's just time. Sometimes things just have to be corrected with time. Other things, there's actual activities that you can do to increase your credit score, because the lenders are looking for very specific things. The credit bureaus, they have their way of giving us the scores, and that the lenders are looking at those scores as our reliability. They use that not only as, oh, they're in debt, they're out of debt, whatever it is, but they'll also look at those scores as, oh, this person's very conscientious and that person is not. And so we can sit with you and say, okay, here's the strategy for the next few months to help you correct your credit score, or or it could be anything really, or here's a way that you can increase your down payment. But anything that requires a strategy, we're available, to sit with you and actually develop that. But again, it's first things first. You have to do your pre-approval before you can, before we can see what we need to do. It gives us our guiding path.
Okay. And let's say that we passed that pre-approval stage. We've gotten that pre-approval. Now we're looking at homes, and we fall in love with, let's say, a community or like a estate kind of area. I'm sorry. So what is it that we need to know when it comes to buying in these locations, or even outside of it? What are things that home buyers need to be aware of before they jump into the real estate?
Well, in various areas, and particularly say in the Santa Clarita Valley, there's a lot of mellow roofs, so that's additional taxes. If there's a homeowners association, there's additional fees there. If a current property owner, one that you're considering to buy from, has taken out a PACE loan or a HERO loan to put solar panels on, or improve their water, or what have you. There's a whole lot of reasons that people get these loans. They're all built into the tax payment, the property tax payment. So that would all be discovered during the process, or it's actually identified in the MLS, a multiple listing service, when the homes are listed. Some are, some aren't. So it's just, there needs to be a little deeper dive. But the homeowners association is pretty specific, and mellow roofs is pretty specific because it's going to be in some communities and not in others. But those are things that add to the monthly nut of the homeowner, whether it's the existing homeowner or the soon-to-be homeowner.
Okay, that's so much great information, Terrell. Thank you for your time. Now, if you do want to reach out to us, our contact information is below. We can also provide you with a checklist so you can know approximately what you need when it comes to the pre-approval process, and you have some kind of guidance and pretty much know what to expect when it comes to this process. Is there anything else you want to tell our viewers, Terrell?
I just say, always with real estate is that you want your strategy. So as Mayra said at the beginning, you need to understand, are you buying this first home as your stepping stone home? Is it your final home? Is it an investment property? All those questions are very important when it comes down to your decision of where to buy and how much to spend.
Thank you, guys. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.